and welcome into To Your Health. Well, there's good news and bad news. First of all, the good news is that we've got a lot of vitamins and nutrients in our body naturally. The bad news is as we age, we tend to lose some of them, and once they're gone, it's hard to replace them naturally. You have to do it a different way. Carl Schmidt is with us from the Herb Shop on Vaughan Road, Pepper Tree Shopping Center. 31 years, huh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You were a kid when you started, which is great. But basically, we do realize the fact that, as we're getting older, maybe we have a deficiency in the K vitamins, and it causes us maybe problems with sight. And what really happens as we age? How do these vitamins deplete out of our body?
Well, it's good you asked. Vitamins are, there's water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. And then there's, of course, proteins and sugars and fats in our food. But our vitamins, often we have absorption issues. And often as people get older, they may end up on a blood pressure medicine or an indigestion medicine or a cholesterol medication. What most people don't realize, when a medication has a purpose to change a lab value or change a medical reading, those prescriptions often interfere with the nutrition the body runs on. And healthcare is managing more of a critical issue instead of a preventative issue. And so, for example, blood pressure medicine that's a diuretic, a water pill, will make you urinate more often. So then you flush out minerals faster, and so they don't have time to get where they need to go, and they leave the body prematurely. Indigestion medicines, it's common for people to be on types of antacids or proton pump inhibitors, and those stop the stomach from having the secretion of acids, which they were intended to not have acid in the throat, but when they stop the acid in the stomach, then foods are not pulled apart, separated, and nutrition doesn't get out of the food. And so undigested food gets into the digestive tract, the small and large intestines, and can't get disassembled to deliver nutrition. And then as we age, the lining to the small intestine called the villi get beat down, and so the area of absorption is lower and lower as we age, and so that also is hard. And then other over-the-counter medicines like pain relievers like Tylenol or Advil alter liver chemistry. So the absorption of food from the stomach to the small intestines, then it gets into the bloodstream, goes to the liver, and then the liver has to synthesize it. Many people, by the time they're 50 or 60, have non-alcoholic fatty liver at some early stage or into full stage. And so when the liver has those complications, it can't synthesize nutrition that finally gets into the cell metabolism.
And one of the best things I think we can do too is drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Water is a catalyst that kind of flushes the system and keeps us regular, for better word.
And many people eat too often the same foods day in and day out or week after week. They have their routines.
Their favorites.
And so diversity is often missing. And so trying different foods, introducing new types of leaves and salads and diversity, trying different dressings, if you will, trying to change up the routine, because the variety of foods may not be delivering the bulk nutrition, and that may be another part of their nutritional deficiencies, that they're missing that diversity in their food selection. So introducing foods, always being willing to try new things and get that nutrition in through the diversity.
And most of the prescription drugs we take, they're there to kind of maybe they're not there to help you get better. They make you just feel better.
Right. You were on the verge of something that needed some control.
Right.
And the doctor doesn't really have a time or really the criteria in his agenda to tell you all you need to do. It's just that this symptom can be controlled with that medication. And so you have to realize that it wasn't the whole story of what a patient really needed. It was just a piece of information to control a situation.
And it's really hard to read the side effects.
Right. I had, over the years, I've had countless people who were on indigestion medications which stopped the ability to pull protein out of their food, and then something malfunctioned in their body. Whether it was, I have someone now in his 40s that has a condition that he's going blind because the optic nerve is failing, and he's been on a cholesterol medication and an antacid. And the combination of those things and his genetics make this kind of chain reaction of one thing happen after another. Some people, it takes longer for those things to happen, but you can't just blindly take medications without it. But then sometimes you need medication, so you have to look at a strategy. When we put somebody on an antacid, we also, when I see they're on an antacid from a doctor, I often recommend a digestive enzyme so that they can create digestion as a process with a supplement, a digestive enzyme to break down their foods and absorb those. So they get more nutrition from their food when they take a digestive enzyme. And when they take a probiotic, it helps the lower GI. And just digestive enzymes and probiotics can do a lot to control cholesterol, because many people believe it's what you eat. And so by eating less fatty foods, you will control your total cholesterol, which is partly true. But there's a lot of regulation between digestive enzymes and probiotics and fiber that actually your gut will only absorb so much cholesterol if you have these factors present. But the antacid interferes with all that and can increase serum cholesterols because you absorbed it, because it disables other sequences downstream in the digestive tract.
And all of these things that are in your body, like cholesterol, they're necessary for you to function. But again, when they get out of whack, too high or too low, then you can't function the way you're supposed to function.
Right. So I look at causes. Causes are lifestyle, and modify the lifestyle, the causes, and get the results.
Yes.
But it's not going to change it overnight. It takes time and discipline.
So you need to let our audience know, if you're feeling bad for some reason, probably it's time to come in and find out that you may be vitamin deficient in some area.
Yes.
And you haven't done anything wrong. It's just like you said, the natural part of aging has caused some of these not to work the way they're supposed to work.
Right.
And that can be very easy.
Right.
Great. Thank you, Carl. It's the Herb Shop. They're located in the Pepper Tree Shopping Center on Vaughan Road, open 6 days a week. Call ahead for an appointment, or you can just stop in. We'll be right back right after this.